hey, guess what? Your Arby's is 53 bucks. I'm never paying 53 bucks for fast food.
If you think fast food prices are going down in 2025, think again. In fact, McDonald's just recently raised their prices. Once again, the fast food culprit for the highest prices out of all fast food places, especially based on the quality, might be raising prices yet again. But before we dive into some videos, I wanted to let you guys know that about 90% of you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel. So if you do find yourself coming back and watching more content, please hit that subscribe button. And with that being said, let's dive into these videos.
I'm not buying fast food anymore. Matter of fact, I don't have the money to buy fast food anymore. Who made these prices? It's overnight stuff with these fast food places. One night it's like, yeah, dude, everything's $1. Let's roll here, dude. I love fast food. You can live on this. This is the blue collar food. Then bam, overnight it's like, hey, guess what? Your Arby's is 53 bucks. I'm never paying 53 bucks for fast food. One trip at McDonald's right now, one single trip to McDonald's, 30 bucks. $30? $30, that's pizza money. You're not pizza, you're fast food. But Burger King's out here like, no, it's like 12 bucks for one of our chicken sandwiches now. That's normal. To who? To who and where did that ever get normal? And then Taco Bell now has the audacity to be they're gonna be the guys who are like, hey, we're also gonna be expensive now. Even you, Taco Bell? I'm done with fast food.
It is true. Taco Bell used to be the cheapest out of all the places. Even when I was living back in Toronto, I remember buying like a nice meal for like $4, and that was like 7 years ago. Now Taco Bell, you're looking at least $10 for a cheap meal. And this individual, I love the accent. I don't know where this accent is, but fast food. I just love that accent so much. Clearly an individual who's living in the United States, because we don't have those type of accents here in Canada.
It's home to the dollar menu, prices at the Golden Arches leaving a bad taste in the mouth of consumers who just want value. $18 at a Connecticut rest stop, and an Egg McMuffin selling for more than $7. Fast food companies are listening. McDonald's CEO says he's focusing on affordability this year, telling analysts that customers making $45,000 a year and less are ditching their Mickey D's and buying groceries instead. It all means finding the best deal will require a little bit of planning.
Anything else that people can do when they're at the drive-thru to save?
Some of these fast food companies are bundling and offering family meals, so take a minute and just look and see if maybe that's a cheaper way to do it. And some of the experts actually recommended kids meals. If you don't have a big appetite, you don't need to have the big jumbo Big Mac combo. A kids meal is not enough for me. If I'm going to go to fast food, I'm going to eat fast food.
I mean, a kid's meal is slightly more healthy because you're consuming less, but it's not really a strategy in the long run, is it? Unless fast food companies are helping people lose weight, ironically, which I don't think that's the case. If anything's gonna help them lose weight, it's the fact that they can't afford it. Literally, they can't afford fast food anymore.
Hello, can I get a quarter pounder with cheese and large fries, please? Thank you. I just spent $10 for a quarter pounder and cheese here at McDonald's. What the heck? Let's stop at Burger King. Oh my God, $12?
Burger King prices are so weird because they have specials randomly. I remember like Whoppers, you get them for like $3 on Wednesdays. I don't know if that's still a deal. And Whoppers, like, I always forget how big Whoppers are. I'm sure they've shrunk a little bit with shrinkflation, but they're pretty gigantic. If you get like one Whopper and like a small fries, that was more than enough for a meal. Some people would literally devour 2 Whoppers like for $6. That's crazy to me. But I think Whoppers in general, if they're not on sale, they're close to $10. Doesn't even matter where you go. They're like around $10 now for just one single Whopper. Even Whopper Juniors are basically the same price as Whoppers were 6 years ago.
Largest fast food restaurants have increased their prices at double the rate of inflation. And some have been way worse than others. It costs twice as much to buy McDonald's now as it did 10 years ago. This is far worse than any other restaurant on this list. These restaurants have raised their prices by 60% over the last 10 years, while inflation has only been 30%. Popeyes, Chipotle, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Burger King, and Chick-fil-A are all restaurants whose price increases have doubled the rate of inflation. A key lesson is that these restaurant owners often use inflation as an excuse to jack up the prices even further on their customers. Oh, our costs went up by $1? Well, time to raise the prices by $2 on our customers. This is why they've been able to make record profits. So don't buy the crocodile tears when they come crying about, oh gosh, costs are harder, times are harder, so we have no choice. Yeah, they're using that to hide profiteering.
At the end of the day, it's a corporation's responsibility to make as much money as possible, especially if you're a publicly traded company. You need some of those shares to go up in price, and you want to keep your board happy, unfortunately. Yes, some of the costs are going to be like raising prices from farms, and then all of it raising minimum wage prices, or just raising prices in general that you're going to be paying your employees, but it's like nothing compared to the profiteering that's going on at places like McDonald's.
Please tell me why I just went through McDonald's to get a Diet Coke. And I was on the phone with my husband while I was ordering, and he's like, wait, you're at McDonald's? Get a Filet-O-Fish sandwich. He's like, get me two. It's Friday and Lent at McDonald's. We're like, great, I'll just eat that for lunch, and then we'll make something else for dinner. So, whatever. I order 3 Filet-O-Fishes in a separate order because she wouldn't let me add it on to my Diet Coke order. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. It pissed me off. Pull around, order 3 Filet-O-Fishes, not the meal, just the sandwich. She clarified. She said, the sandwich or the meal? And I said, just the sandwich. And she said, 3 of them? I said, yes. Tell me why it was $17 for 3 Filet-O-Fishes on Friday during Lent at McDonald's. I'm not crazy. I sat there and blinked my eyes, and then I just pulled away because I was so angry, which probably was rude, but like, $17 for 3 Filet-O-Fishes at McDonald's? Are you kidding me?
And by the way, like, Filet-O-Fish sandwiches are tiny. They were tiny back in the day. They were like the size of a regular hamburger, but maybe a slightly bigger piece of fish than like the flat little hamburgers you get. But they might have even gotten smaller now.
The Filet-O-Fish has shrunk by, I'd say, 20%.
This is $3 worth of food. This hash brown, which I think used to be 2 for $1, is $3 worth of food. This, for reference, is a potato, which you can get 4 to 5 pounds of these for $3, $4. Something doesn't seem right here. I'm still gonna eat it, but it's not right.
That Filet-O-Fish is like a solid 2-biter too. And the hash brown thing is pretty bizarre because you can get like a combo, I think, even now for around $6, the value combos for the Egg McMuffin, and that comes with a hash brown. So to spend $3 on that individually is pretty ridiculous, but the fact that you can compare that to maybe getting even less potato than from one potato, and that's $3, you can get a whole bag of them for $3 of potatoes. It's brutal. It's pretty brutal. And grocery prices are going up too, so that's even with grocery prices going up, you're still going to get a lot better deal, obviously, if you go to the grocery store compared to some of these ridiculous fast food prices in 2025. Anyways, guys, I hope you learned something from today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like down below. Leave your thoughts about the video's subject matter down below in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.